Dragon Armor. What was once the best set in the game, but now nothing more than a simple stepping stone in order to get the better sets in the game. What happened to the Dragon Armor? But in order to find out what caused this to fall off, we must start at the beginning, with its introduction, in the end update. In order to obtain Dragon Armor and the aspect of the dragons, you would need to fight dragons. Killing dragons would give you fragments, and they would also give you pieces, which would reward you with the sets, and certain dragons, such as the Superior Dragon, were rarer and gave better stat boosts. However, people still fight dragons today, and that's due to the Ender Dragon pet, which I will not be covering in this video. But, just know, they are very good. When doing these dragons, you would unlock something very special, the Dragon Armor. Depending on what kind of dragon you got, you would get its armor. Rather that's a wise, or a superior, or a strong, or a holy, or something simply old. They would all give different kinds of fragments which would make armor. This armor would have incredible bonuses that no other set was even close to accomplishing, which made it by far the greatest set in the game. And it would stay this way until the introduction of the dungeons. Also known as the catacombs, the mobs inside would do immense damage in comparison to the old creatures, as well as having millions of health points. With the introduction of this, there also came mini bosses. And when there's mini bosses, there must be actual bosses. These bosses, when killed, would give incredible loot to the players who completed the dungeon. And this led to new armor sets, such as Shadow Assassin, which would begin to contest Superior Dragon Armor as the best set in the game. However, what would truly kill the Dragon Armor would end up being the Necron set, which was an incredible set of armor obtained on the 7th and last floor, which would give immense stats much better than the Superior Dragon Armor, putting it into the grave as the best set in the game. However, it's not all bad for the Dragon Armor set, as it's still somewhat used today as a stepping stone for other sets. When you first begin dungeons and you don't have proper dungeonized gear, it's typical to see someone using a dragon set like I'm currently doing before getting into dungeons. The Olden Protector set currently see the least use in comparison to the rest of the sets, for they don't really benefit any specific class besides tank sometimes, but there's something better for tank and healer. And that better set is the Holy set. The Holy set, while nothing incredible, gives the full set bonus of 200% health regen to you and all players within 10 blocks. It also gives mending, which is very important if you're trying to play healer or tank. The Young Dragon Armor was once an incredibly good item due to the fact of its incredible speed, but now it doesn't see much use due to the fact that you can use a God Potion for better results, but some people still use Young Dragon Armor in order to be faster when doing foraging. But that's really the only use I see for Young Dragon Armor these days. The Unstable Armor. The Unstable Armor is the current set that I possess. The reason I've chosen it is because of its higher crit chance, which will allow me to 100% of the time crit. The Unstable Dragon Armor set is still used quite early on for berserkers and archers trying to get into dungeons, as well as the aspect of the dragons. The aspect of the dragons actually still sees a decent amount of use in the beginning, but after the beginning it's not a very common item, and this is due to other better items such as the Livid Dagger, the Bouquet of Lies, etc. Strong Dragon Armor. Typically, I think Unstable is more worth your money, but some people choose to go for Strong Dragon Armor. Strong Dragon Armor is slightly better, if not the same, but it's more important to get your crit up than it is to get that slight strength, which is why I don't see Strong Dragon Armor used very often. Superior Dragon Armor. Oh, Superior Dragon Armor. What happened? Once the greatest set in the game, now selling for 5 million coins. Which I think it did at the time, actually. But now, its current use is in dungeons, and it's definitely the best of the sets. For sure, no doubt. And while it's not the typical set for progression, you can see people doing their initial floor 7 completion with Superior, but it is cheaper to get Shadow Assassin armor, but this gives you more survivability opposed to more damage. Alright, I'm going to show a comparison of the best sets of dragon armor and the next best thing. So, if we go over here to the superior dragon armor, right? 10 strength, 2% crit chance, 10% crit damage, 90 health, 130 defense, 3 speed, 25 intelligence. You know, very basic. Now, if we go to even Shadow Assassin, which is its equivalent, I would think. Let me get a first one. 25 strength, 25% crit damage, 160 health, 70 defense, and 7 speed. So, these two are pretty much on par. I would say Superior is better for survivability, while Shadow Assassin will get more damage done. However, they're both outclassed by the Necron set by far. If we look at this, 40 strength, 30% crit damage, 180 health, 100 defense, 30 intelligence. So it's just generally a lot better than the other two, and this is what killed the dragon armor. Once you complete floor 7, you'll be simply using Necron, so Superior gets wiped out and never used again. And that is what completely killed the dragon armor.